Weekly rotation, we're back guys, we're back. Weekly rotation is back. I miss doing these videos. I miss sharing with you guys what I wear throughout the week. Now in this video, I have 7 fragrances. Well, they're not in any particular order in terms of days. These are just the 7 fragrances that I've been wearing the most while I was away. It seems like I go away very often. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm back now. So these are the 7 fragrances that I wore very heavily during the 3-week hiatus that I took. Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we have weekly rotation once again. Now the first fragrance I want to talk about here is this one, Acquediccio Profondo. Now Profondo I wore a few times while I was away, and this one have gotten me consistent compliments, believe it or not. Even during quarantine time, I still got compliments with Acquediccio Profondo. And actually I've gotten quite a few compliments while I was away with these fragrances, mainly coming from this one, but some other ones as well, alright? So Acquediccio Profondo, my boss loved this one. The one thing about this fragrance bugs me though, and that came from what my boss told me. So when I wore this, he asked me, am I wearing Acquediccio? So he's very familiar with Acquediccio. Every time I wear Acquediccio Profumo, he notices it as well, but he's very familiar with the original Acquediccio. And he asked me if I was wearing the original Acquediccio. And I was like, no, I'm wearing the new one. That is quite alarming to me, because if the people out in the public can't really tell the difference between the original and this one, then you know, this one feels a little bit less special now. Not that it's a bad fragrance, it just feels a little bit less special. I still would say I prefer this one over the original any day of the week, simply because of one thing. This thing performs, really performs. This thing performs better than Profumo. This thing would last on my skin upwards of 10 hours. Like, it really does not go away. Projection is a different thing though. Projection on the Profumo version is better than the Profondo, so there's that. Profondo is still better than the original though, so overall, I still prefer this one over the original. It's just the scent itself it feels less special now, because now I know the common people out there just can't tell a difference. And it should really come to no surprise, because unless you really dig your nose into this fragrance, you really are not gonna be able to tell the difference, especially if you're just catching a quick whiff of it. So there is that. So not the most unique fragrance out there. It's not gonna set you apart, which is sad, but still is a big improvement over the original. It smells more modernized over the original. So for this era, I would say if you still own Acquediccio and you haven't upgraded to Profondo yet, I would say just upgrade to Profondo. It has the same effect as the original Acquediccio, but with better performance. So there's that. And I forgot to say, when I do wear Acquediccio Profondo, I wear 3 to 4 sprays. So when I wear 3 sprays is 1, 2, and 3, and 4 sprays is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's enough for me. People smell it off me, and I don't need it to be any louder than that. Next one I want to talk about is LoMedio L'Intense. Now this is one that I didn't really wear out anywhere. I wore it at home because I really enjoy this one. It's a little bit too heavy to be worn out in the summer sun. So yeah, I wore this one mostly at home. I love the smell of this. The almond mixed with the smoke, the leather, the tonka bean. It's sweet, yet dark and masculine at the same time. It's alluring, it's romantic, it's attention grabbing, while still being, again, masculine. So it's best of both worlds in this fragrance, and every time I smell it, I'm just like, I just really like this one. I really, really like this one, and I can't wait for fall to wear it, so I have to wear it at home now. And luckily, it's during this time where I'm mostly home anyway, so I get to enjoy more of this scent. So yeah, no compliments, obviously, because I didn't go anywhere. But this one is one that I would highly recommend if you like the almond note in LoMedio fragrances and you haven't gotten your nose on this one yet. I know that this one is a little bit hard to find sometimes and a little bit expensive. Actually, it's the most expensive out of the whole entire line. I was lucky enough to grab this off Fragrance Net. I think it's when they had their prices like jacked up or something. They mislabeled the price or something for this one, because 100 ml usually goes for like $90 or $100, even at discounters or on eBay. So when I found it on Fragrance Net, get this, it was $50. So I'm thinking maybe they wanted to mark the 50 ml of this one as $50, not the 100 ml of this one for $50. But I grabbed it right away when I saw it. I was like, this is the best price on this that I'm ever gonna get. And I'm glad I have a bottle of this one now, because it smells really good. In terms of where it fits in the LoMedio line, in terms of my favorites, I would say that this is easily either my second or my third favorite. It's battling with the cologne version for the second place, to my personal opinion. I really like this one, and the more I wear it, the more I've grown attached to this one. So when I wear this, I wear 4 sprays, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's just because I'm inside and I want to enjoy the scent. But if I were to wear this outside, 3 sprays, 1, 2, and 1 in the back. Next fragrance I want to talk about is Pure Wood by Mugler. Now I got this just a few days ago, but I already got a compliment from it. My boss, again, compliments me because that's the only person I see now during quarantine. I only see my boss because that's the only place I go. So my boss complimented me on this one. He says it smells different, it smells unique. And that's probably one of the best compliments you can get from a fragrance. It smells good and it smells unique. And that's what this fragrance is exactly. This one is just so fantastic. I'm so glad I have this one now. Pure Wood is one of the ones that I wanted for so long. I love the bottle of it. It has a wood gradient with a brown star. It's just everything about this fragrance looks fantastic. The smell stuff is fantastic. One of the most wearable woody scents out there that doesn't go into the mainstream territory of wood fragrances. This one has its own Mugler twist to it. It smells fantastic, unique. The bottle, again, perfect, and surprisingly very mass appealing. Now, when I wore this one that day, I wore 1, 2, and 3. I think I sprayed this one on camera for you guys when I did the 4 fragrances I want to double up video. Yeah, I put this one on, I did 3 sprays of it, and that was the day that I got the compliment. So yeah, this one, love it to death. Glad I now have it in my collection. It's gonna stay with me forever. It's getting harder and harder to find, so if you wanna grab a bottle of this one, you're gonna have to spend around $90 now for this full presentation. That's exactly what I spent, by the way, on this one, so quite pricey, but really glad that I have it. This one to me is one of the best Mugler out there, alongside Pure Malt and Pure Havana and Ultra Cess. This one to me is right in there with those really heavy hitter from Mugler. So again, glad I have this one. Next fragrance we have Pine Neo. Now this one I wore twice. One time before I did the video called 4 fragrances I want to double up, and one more time before that. I've gotten 0 compliments for this one both times, and both times I wore 4 sprays, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you guys already know about this fragrance, this is one of my most favorite fragrances ever. It's the first fragrance that got me my first most memorable compliment from a girl I had a crush on. I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing that now for the past 3 videos. But yeah, Pine Neo has a really special place in my heart for that. Sadly, it is now discontinued as of December 2019, so recently discontinued. It's now getting harder and harder to find though. At discounters, it used to be like $35 to $40, which is a really good price for this fragrance. Now it's double. You can find this 100 ml now for upwards of $80. So, oh, the price has gone up. Luckily, I do have a backup bottle of it. I do have a limited edition backup bottle of it as well. But yeah, if you guys wanted Pine Neo, it's quite expensive now, and it's one that if you guys have the money for it, I would say grab a bottle, but for $80 for a scent like this, it's too much. It's really not worth $80, but you're not gonna really find it any cheaper from this point on. So if you want to grab Pine Neo, this is as good a time as any to grab it in my personal opinion. So yeah, expensive, but to me, it has a very special place in my heart. I'll never be without a bottle of Pine Neo. So yeah, love this thing a lot. No compliments, but that's fine. Still, love Pine Neo. Next one is Asaro's Wild Mint. I just filmed a review of this one earlier that's gonna come out tomorrow, so I'm not gonna say too much about this fragrance here. I don't wanna spoil too much for you guys, but yeah, this is fantastic. I like it a lot, and throughout the times I wear it, I thoroughly enjoy it, and that's all I'm gonna say about it right now. Watch my review tomorrow for my full thoughts, and before I jump into the next fragrance, this one, I wear 3 sprays, 1, 2, and 3, and no compliments for the time that I've had it so far, which has been 3 days really. Last one on here is one that I wore surprisingly way more than I thought I was ever gonna wear it. This is one I wore the most for the past 3 weeks, and I wore it nearly every evening that I'm home alone. I just spray this one on whenever I see it. I just grab it and spray. I just really like this one. This one is Dancing on the Moon by Replica. This one smells simple. I didn't like this fragrance purely of how it smells per se. I like it more because of the inspiration. This one is a dry white floral fragrance, and it smells rather simple. When you smell it just alone, you're like, this one smells nice, it's simple, it's nothing that's too inspiring. But when you pair that with the name like Dancing on the Moon, now that dusty white floral has a story. And to me, this is one of those phenomenon where the name of the fragrance, the story of the fragrance influenced me to enjoy the fragrance more than I would if the name wasn't Dancing on the Moon, which is really surprising. And this one to me also has a memory attached to it, which I would share maybe later on in future videos. I'm not gonna share that story quite yet, but I do quite enjoy this one. Dancing on the Moon is really a creative name for a scent like this. And when you smell the white florals being dry, being kind of airy, being a little bit ozonic, it really matched that theme. Normally, again, it would be a very simple scent, but pairing it with that name, every time I put it on, I feel like I am on the moon kind of thing. Like it really works really, really well. So yeah, name matters. So name your fragrance really, really well. If you're a fragrance brand out there, any fragrance brand watching, name your fragrance very, very well and it will serve you well for sure. So yeah, this one, personal love. I don't think any one of you guys though would like this one as much as I do. This is just my personal love. Just because of the name and how the scent really matched the name, I love this one a lot. Personally, this one is one that for you guys out there, again, probably won't enjoy as much as I do. So yeah, in terms of sprays, this one I spray very liberally. I spray like 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Because I'm home, I wear this when I'm home. I like to smell it in the air. So yeah, I spray this one a lot. No compliments because that's the only time I wear this fragrance is when I'm at home. It's a little bit too powdery for summer. This is mainly a spring fragrance. So yeah, the season has already passed for wearing this fragrance, hence why I'm wearing it at home. All right guys, that's it for this video today. Thank you so much for watching. Leave your rotation down in a comment section below. What did you wear last week? I love reading every single one of them just to see what my viewers wear, like what you guys love to wear yourself. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out and bye.